T-Man 978 Chill Review.
Before we get started, I wanted to show you guys that I was able to fix this nunchuck that I broke in this video. And if you didn't see the video, take some time out to go watch this video. I put a lot of effort into my review for every single one of these figures right here. So check that out. This is the previously on T-Man 978. Now we get to you. Hello everyone, T-Man 978. Number one, I'm not going to be talking louder than this because my throat is scratchy right now for whatever reason. Yay! When I talk at my normal volume, it doesn't sound right. But anywho, thank you. Number two, thank you Extrazero for your donation to my channel. This was a gift from Extrazero on Christmas, and I'm just now getting to the review. Since I haven't reviewed it in all that time, and I'm pretty sure you've watched everybody else, so all you're here for probably is to see my take on it. I'm not going to be doing a whole rack of comparisons and whatnot. It's going to be a one shot. As you can see right here, this thing is an engineering marvel. It is very impressive that they were able to get a toy to look like this, look exactly like the movie. It has no backpack. It has damn near zero kibble. You see like little tiny pieces of kibble, but you would have to actually go back to the movie and look at the movie to be able to tell what the differences are and whatnot. But for the most part, besides stuff in the back of the leg and the feet, this thing is damn near identical. And then wait till we get to the truck mode. The truck mode is flawless. Like, I don't know how they did it, but they did it. If I say anything that you dislike, please, I'm going to try to bring to you all the facts, but I'm going to also be bringing to you opinions because I'm giving you this from my point of view. So, from the way the toy looks in robot mode and the way it looks in vehicle mode, it's cool, but there are things for me to complain about, mainly that one. I feel like this toy is middle of the road. Even though it's an engineering marvel that they could make it look like it looks. And it has nice eyes, as you can see right there, barely. Let's take off one of the lights. In person, that looks really, really good and really movie accurate. You turn it on by pushing this button. You have to put the batteries in there. The function of this toy is a little bit frustrating, and the quality, like I said, middle of the road. It feels like an official Takara like Generations figure, like somewhere above that, but not quite Masterpiece, regardless of how it looks. They definitely gave it a Masterpiece paint job, but some of the engineering, even though it's a miracle that it can transform to what it transforms into and looks like this, some of the joint engineering it leaves a lot to be desired. I'm not going to sit here and point out every single detail. I do like that they were able to incorporate even these fake hoses right there. That's all cool. And paint and whatnot. You can see all these details while I'm moving it around. They do have some die cast in here in certain areas, like his back right there, his elbow joints. There's some up in the body right there. The knees are die cast, I believe. But mostly this plastic feels a little bit hollow. Straight out of the box, the one thing that bugged the crap out of me, and I hate to complain about this thing at all because it was a gift, but he's been wanting me to review this for a minute, so here you are. The feet. These don't have any ratchets in there, and they move way too freely. They don't support any weight at all. That bugged me straight out of the box. It's no tightness, like, at all. The legs. Enough said. So my first impressions on the thing were not good. It feels like when you got looseness like this, like straight out of the box, and I believe it was a brand new toy, it felt like it's a hand-me-down toy. So Yeah, that blew the steam out of me like really quickly. Then there are other things that I don't like. Let me just go into the articulation. The neck joint is really tight, really detailed. Let me try to zoom in on this face before we go too far. Yeah, the face is highly detailed. I think that it's painted to represent what we got in the movie. This is another complaint. That panel right there does not tab in really tight, and because how tight the neck joint is, up and down and left and right, you will constantly be popping that off the area. But they did a good job with the sculpt work. His head can only turn about that far, pretty much like the official movie masterpiece, just based upon the design aesthetics. Well, no, it can go a little bit further, but I'm not going to push it. Here it is with the lights on. The face does come off. I'll show some optional faces later. But that is the neck articulation. No swivel. The shoulders go out to here. And this stuff gets out of the way to accommodate that. It would be able to go up further, I believe, but this definitely stops it. There is this butterfly joint. I believe that's for transformation and to work as a butterfly joint. I don't particularly like the way that looks, but you can get a good pose in there, and this does not stay in there very tightly at all. This joint right there, this is double jointed right here. Gives you a nice bend. Problem, this elbow piece right here, when you have the arm like this, I guess that looks natural, but it kind of makes it look like his forearm isn't as long as it should be. I mean, his bicep isn't as long as it should be, because the elbow joint is all the way up in there. And when you bring this forward, my brain wants this elbow piece or elbow pad to come down here with the elbow, but there's no hinge in there at all to do that. So I think if they wanted him to just have an elbow guard, it should have been a piece that's not attached to this elbow joint. It should have just been hanging off right here, and whenever he has the arm up like that, it's covering the back of his elbow. But they didn't do that. The wrist can go up like that. Due to transformation, it can rotate like this. And the fingers have 1, 2, 3 knuckles. So all these fingers move out at once. The index finger is independent. The thumb swivels out like this, and it has 1, 2 knuckles. So as you can, he holds the sword masterpiece style with the little flat peg. Up here, he has ab crunch. And this is what this looks like when you use the ab crunch. You can also shift the legs down to accommodate high kicking and whatnot, but why would you want to accommodate that? Because pretty much like it's stand right there. Luckily that must be a sweet spot, but as you saw, they keep falling down. You can do this. The knee, I don't like the way the knee bends. I don't like the look of that. But you can get some decent poses with that knee. And he has ankle pivot, but no rock forward, no rock back. The toe does this, but that barely helps for posing because he's going to fall over. Watch how you have him posed or his back posed, because if you have it like this, that can look weird. So you're supposed to just squeeze that up. But I like the way he looks. Just some of his joints are loose, and it's hard to even get him standing up due to the weakness of these toes. Now the shield pegs in via 5mm peg right there. You can go ahead and open this right here, revealing the gun detail, but you can pull this out and then it pegs in between there. You can take his sword, shove it through here, Another thing, the sword is nice and freaking detailed, but I have to admit I was disappointed that it wasn't die-cast, or that it's not die-cast. And he just has a 5mm port right there. You can attach this to his back. This little thing right here, this metal piece, that comes off. I don't know why they put that as like a separate piece, like it's a separate accessory, but you never have a reason to take that off, and it doesn't go anywhere else. I'll bring out the other faces in the other head option, but Extrazero went the extra mile to give me Marilyn's staff right here, which is detailed. I can't remember. I only watched this movie like once. I can't remember if the thing grew to be Transformer sized. It also came with this human sized Marilyn staff and a little knife for Peril Kill, their version of the Last Night's or Age of Extinction Lockdown. So there you are with this. Since it's right here, here's my Black Mamba Starscream right here, or whatever their fake name for him was. So if you don't like him with his faceplate, you have to lift his head up like this and apply a bunch of pressure to the underbelly of the chin. And that will pop off right there. That's what his face is working with. Now we take this other faceplate, slide that on there, and now he has the mouth guard. So this is this right here. So Optimus looks scary as crap, and there you are. Optionally, because he was possessed in this daggone movie, The Last Night, he does come with this possessed face right here, which also has the light up feature. There's no batteries in there. I tried to put this head on. I unscrewed the screw in the bottom of the head. I could not get it off. And this one also has a faceplate with the same red paint over the eye. But that's everything for robot mode. So I guess in closing, once you get him in that sweet spot, he's not going to just randomly fall on the floor. But if you don't have him in the sweet spot, have him leaning forward too much, or have the legs into a certain position, these toes are not going to keep him up. Just know that. At least not on this copy. I'm pretty sure Extrazero is going to say his is super tight and whatnot. He always does that. But the plastic is all over the place. Some places it feels like thick, some places it feels like light. It has die cast mixed in. It's like, it just feels all over the place. I think if the legs were tighter and the toes were tighter, I probably would give this thing way better points. But that bothers me. Like, the knees are definitely tight. The knees ain't bending nowhere. But let's get to this transformation. I'm gonna try to clean this up. It's basically done, but for whatever reason, these things don't want to tab in. But I got it together as best I can. For whatever reason, it's something about this side that does not want to. It's like it tabs in too far, so you can see the little hole right there. That just mentally bugs me because I know it's not supposed to be like that, and it's barely like that on this side. But as you can see, this is an excellent representation of the Last Knife and Age of Extinction Optimus Prime. It's cool that the hose things that were on his legs are still visible right here, like that would be on a real truck. The wheels are rubber, like I mentioned. Things roll. Main things that are like kind of ugly in the truck mode is these things right here. But it's pretty much spot on, besides the fact that I can't get that to stay with them for whatever reason. But it's clever and cool that they were able to even incorporate the doors opening. You don't get much of a seat in there, but they do open on both sides. Just trust me, it opens and shows that. So outside of all that, you can take this, shove this through that, right through the back, and put this into the trailer hitch. And there's storage right there. Here's what the bottom is looking like. And here it is next to a deluxe car. So this deluxe car looks very much in scale to me with this. Even though probably in robot mode, this wouldn't be in scale. It will be very much too short, but in vehicle mode, yeah, they're in scale. So before I close this video completely out, I wonder, something right here, I had to force, I pushed this in really hard and that made this shut. But my only issue now, so I was able to get this all tight, but the only issue now is this does not want to stay closed over that. And when that comes out, it starts detaching this all over again. But once I squeezed in all the tabs, like right here, because there is a tab that goes from this into there, it shut that tight, and I was able to squeeze this tight to force this into place. But as you can see, the tabs still aren't all that strong. But basically, get the thing in truck mode and don't play with it crazy, and this should be good to freaking go. I think he's probably the best out of the two. That's what people tell me. I don't personally care to find out, because the Michael Bay universe is pretty much dead at this point, so that's another thing that blows the steam out of me. As far as this, I mean, it's cool to own for my Optimus Prime collection, because I have a ton of Optimus Primes, but I personally wouldn't rush out to go get this. If you found it for like under $130, I'd say go for it, especially if you like the movie designs and whatnot. Or if you just want to build your Optimus collection, I'd say go for it under $100. More than that, I can't really. I'm under $130. I can't really say go out there and rush out there and get it, but it is a good representation of this version of Optimus Prime if you want it. So it's not completely trash or anything. I'm saying all this as I'm struggling to get this thing transformed correctly. But anywho, thank you again, Extrazero. Thank you guys for watching this. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here. Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos.